everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tonya, and if you're returning, well, today it is time for some thrift store flips. First of all, I would like to mention that this is part of the Thrift Flip Road Trip Challenge hosted by Crafting Cousins and special guest host Making It My Own DIYs. There will be a link to a playlist in the description below, so make sure you go check out all the wonderful creators for more thrift flip decor ideas. Now let's go ahead and jump into the first one. I found this little wooden wagon at the thrift store and I knew I had to get it. I was so excited to be able to paint this white to go with all of the neutral decor. So I decided just to take the wheels off. I wanted to paint those black. I suggest spray painting, but it was raining the day that I did this DIY. So I decided just to mix up some of my black acrylic paint with some of the plaster of Paris, and that really makes this adhere well to this metal wheels. So definitely give that a try. Now I decided, because I really like the wood grain underneath, that I was just going to brush on some of my white chalk paint. And I didn't really want to make it completely solid because I like the way a lot of the wood tones were showing through. Now, I did print this off on my Cricut. Now, you will see the pumpkin at the bottom. The wheels cover it just slightly, but I was okay with that because the wheels were kind of light and airy and you could still read what was on there. And I really like the big lettering on this. But if you like to do something a little different with some smaller letters, that would be beautiful too. Now, once my wheels had dried, I'm just going to get those screwed right back onto the bottom. And I did clean up around the bottom there with some sandpaper. But everyone, look how adorable this is. This is absolutely beautiful for fall and just for that neutral decor. And keep in mind, there's nothing on the back side. So you could also put another decal on the back and turn this around and have this for Christmas or even your spring and Easter decor. What a great find. I was so happy to find this one, everyone. Now for our next thrift flip, I found this little tray and I just thought I would just display it with some pumpkins in front of it. But I thought this was a perfect, simple little tray that you could display behind some items, and it had some apples on the front, you'll see here. I just cleaned those off, and I really like that it had this green undertone, and I just thought that looked really pretty once I painted it with the black and just kind of scraped a little bit of it off. And then I decided to use one of these wallpaper sheets from Dollar Tree and just fill that in on the center. This could not have been easier. I thought this was such a fun and simple DIY. And I love to use these little trays for all sorts of different things. They're so wonderful to display your items on. And a lot of times you notice I really just like to stand them up in behind some of my decorations. And I think they make a nice little backdrop. So if you've never tried that, that's definitely a fun one, and it adds some dimension to your whole setting of your little vignettes. Now, I did decide to add a little bit of that tacky glue on here because I wanted to make sure that my little peel and stick paper held. Now, you can see I'm just showing you where I popped a few pumpkins, and then I found these 3 pumpkins and I just decided to set them up in front of it. But what a really simple and fun little design. Now for our next one, we have these beautiful candlesticks, and that little piece in the middle, if you guys know what that is, I think it's a corbel maybe, or a sconce, but anyway, I ended up doing that one also because I thought it looked so neat. And you can see what I'm doing with these is I just lightly sanded them down, and I'm adding some more of that white chalk paint on here. And everyone, these turned out so beautiful. This is definitely my style because if you do follow my channel, you know I do love my neutral decor, and I love the black and white. So I don't know if I can part with these. I just absolutely loved how these candlesticks turned out. Now you can see once I let my chalk paint dry, I'm really scuffing that up because I really want as much of that dark stain to pop through. And isn't it funny how once you cover that up with the chalk paint, it doesn't look like it's dark stain. It looks kind of like a black tone, and I just love that. And I really dried them down really well and wiped the dust off before I decided to add some of this clear wax. And wow, I just love this wax. And this is just the Waverly brand. Now I am going to be trying some of the Annie Sloan. I've got that coming soon here, I hope. But everyone, look how beautiful these are. So if you see these candlesticks out, definitely grab them. And by the way, that tray in the back, I found that on the same thrift store find. Oh, I was so thrilled with all of the items that I found on that little trip out to the thrift store. Now this is really quick what I did to this little centerpiece, and everyone, I like to use these pieces as just kind of like art forms, and I just thought that looked so pretty as a little vignette having that setting in the middle there. And I decided to do the same thing, and I actually took my little wax candle and rubbed over the places that I didn't want the white paint to adhere to. And I really love that technique. That works really well. And I just went ahead and brushed on just a coat of the white chalk paint, like I said, and I do add another layer or two on here to make it pretty thick before I started doing the sanding on this. But everyone, look how beautiful this is turning out. I just love the look of this. I just think this is such a really beautiful style, and I hope that you're enjoying these thrift store flips so far. You'll have to let me know. But everyone, let me know if you've ever thought about using these big pieces like this as just almost like a little art piece to display. I thought about putting this one on the wall, but when I flipped it upside down, I just love the way that it looks setting in between my candlesticks. And of course, I'm putting on some of that clear wax again, and I like to use those sponges that you get at Dollar Tree in the automotive section there, and they work wonderful to get in all the little creases and crevices. So keep that in mind if you've never done that with a sponge. But everyone, look how beautiful this looks with the white pumpkins and my two little crows. I thought this was just a wonderful little setting, and it could be used as everyday decor, or you can add a few things like I did, and it makes a beautiful fall setting. Now for our next thrift store flip, this was a long cutting board, and I wanted to do something really simple. This has maybe a touch of the little Scandinavian vibe to it, but I really love how it turned out, the way I decorated it. And another thing with the neutrals, you cannot go wrong with those. And this blonde color of the wood is perfect to just use the sponge and drag on that paint. And the more you work that paint into there, it almost gives the effect of a whitewash finish. And that turned out absolutely wonderful. Really, really happy with this one. And then I picked up this little hook at Hobby Lobby. Always check those out, everyone. They're always marked down from time to time, 50% off. So I decided just to pop that about middle way, and you could put your hook, you know, as high or low on this design. I just knew what I was going to do with this. I did add that little straw bow up there at the top because, and I just hot glued it where it can come right off if I want to change my decor idea. But what a simple design. And this is when I decided that I was just going to do something really simple and just tie some of these little sticks and these little wood pieces from Dollar Tree on here. And I thought it made just a really kind of like a minimalist, simple design, but I just liked it. Sometimes I like to pull in a lot of the sticks and branches and different things in my home through the fall and winter season. And this worked really well. If this is something you've never tried, you can just take a drill and just drill a hole right through those little pieces. And you can see I just kind of looped the rope around the little twig there. But really fun, really simple design. And I think it spoke just enough of fall that it will go great for the fall and winter season. Now you'll see here in a moment, I end up making this really cute little wheat bouquet. And I decided just to have that right up there at the top, and I just thought that was so pretty the way it turned out. Definitely let me know what you think of these type of designs with the really simple, kind of a minimal decor idea, but I thought it turned out really, really pretty, and it looks wonderful with neutral decor. Now for our next DIY, I'm going to be making another wall piece, and that's kind of what I had a theme on some of these designs. I was really enjoying making these wall arts, but everyone look at this beautiful cutting board. And this one was $5, but wow, what a great piece. And I knew when I picked this one up that I wanted to do wall art out of this. And I did the same technique. I decided just to take that white paint and just rub that on there with that sponge. And like I said, when you get this blonde color wood, it just looks so pretty the more you rub the paint in there. And then I decided to distress a little just with some sandpaper and really make that wood grain show through. I thought that would be so pretty for the fall season. I cleaned everything up on the back a little bit because I decided to leave that the natural wood in case I wanted to decorate something for a different season on the opposite side. And then I took another one of these wonderful little knobs from Hobby Lobby, and that's what I'll be putting on the front. And I decided to go ahead and take and put my white clear wax on there just to make this sealed in really well. But everyone, this was probably one of my favorites too. And I just kind of drill the hole. Now be careful and make sure you do get this even. I actually have one little tiny hole under there where I didn't get it quite centered. So definitely measure on this. But everyone, look how neat that looks on there. Now I did put mine down kind of almost middle way because I was thinking that I wanted to do maybe some kind of wording above it, but I don't know, I didn't do that yet, but I may. And this is a really fun idea. Just take some of these little leaf bouquets from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree, and you can just wrap some rope and tie them on. And what a simple little wall piece to have displayed for the fall season. Well, everyone, I hope that you are enjoying today's thrift flips. I know I have enjoyed creating each and every one of these, and I am so excited for you to be checking out the playlist and seeing what else all the other wonderful creators have come up with today. Now for our next wall piece, this one I absolutely loved. It was small, but yet it was just so unique, and I done something really fun with it. And you can see there, I've got my little pumpkins. Now, here it is, and I think I only paid, what was that, about $3 for this one. It did have a little crack in the little centerpiece there, but that was okay. It just added some character to it. But I did sand it down just a little bit, and I decided to take my really white chalk paint and just do the same technique, rubbing this on there. This works really well, everyone, to get that first coat on your items like this, and then you can go back with a paintbrush, and it seems like it makes it a whole lot easier just to fill in, like I said, all those little crevices, and it turns out absolutely beautiful. Make sure that you do dry this really well before you decide to distress it with your sandpaper. But everyone, I was so happy with the thrift flips today, and that is something I'm going to be adding to my channel. I'm definitely going to be doing that once a week now because I have a booth that I would like to start putting some things in. And once I got this all distressed, you see I wiped that down really well. And I do get those cloths at Dollar Tree. They're lint-free, so that's really nice to be able to wipe down these items before you wax them. Now I'm just going to put that little piece back on, and you can see there I kind of moved it around to cover up the original holes that was already in it, and it worked out perfect. Now I'm going to take that wax again and just rub it on here and seal everything in. And then I'm going to be taking and making some of these little tiny pumpkins out of those little wood knobs. Actually, I guess they're like little wood pieces from Dollar Tree. And I just thought this was so fun. Now, those little bags of the little sticks there and wood pieces, I actually picked those up at the grocery store. And they're in the section where you can get the hickory chips for your grill. So keep it in mind to check out your grocery store for those, because you can get the larger ones and the smaller ones, and they work perfect for pumpkin stems. But everyone, look how cute this turns out. And I tied my little swag there on the bottom with some more of that wheat, and I just love this design. I hope you do. I really enjoyed today. Well, everyone, we have one more thrift flip for you today, and that is this little bread tray. And this one turned out so pretty, and I didn't know what was going to happen with that center there. And once I kind of run the wax over it, it really made it stand out. Now, this is a little table, everyone. Keep an eye on this. If you see tables like this and stands, get them, take them apart, because you can use those legs for so many different creations. And that's what I'm going to be doing in some of my upcoming thrift flip ideas. I'm going to be using some legs to do some candlesticks and all kinds of things. You can see I lightly sanded my little bread box, and I'm just going to take my white paint again, and I'm going to just put that right over this. And I do a couple heavy coats on this. And you did see there, I did take that little candlestick and just run it across that center part. I was hoping that the wording would show up, but it didn't. But I was okay, because it made the prettiest kind of like imprint design. And this was a really pretty riser when it was all done. And it would look great, you know, in a bedroom. You could toss jewelry in it. You could have it in the kitchen with some of your little dish soaps and hand soap beside your sink. But definitely a really, really fun design to create. Well, everyone, while we're watching this, I will go ahead and say, don't forget to definitely go in my description box below, and there will be a playlist that you can check out all of the other creators that have participated in this Thrift Flip Road Trip challenge today. And there'll be so many wonderful thrift flip decor ideas for you to see that I can't wait for everyone to take a look at all of the wonderful creators that have created these beautiful designs for us today. Well, everyone, this little riser is pretty much done, and here it is displayed, and I just love how it turned out. Well, everyone, I hope you did enjoy my thrift flip ideas today, and if so, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help YouTube notice my channel. And don't forget to go check out these girls, and let's give a special thank you to the host Crafting Cousins and the special guest host Making It My Own DIY. Thank you so much, girls, for hosting this today. I so enjoyed participating in this challenge with you. Thank you for watching, everyone, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.